Awesome. So, as always, a quick little, I always call them orientation to practice, because like moving is fantastic. And if you just move, you're doing well. One of the things I think is unique to yoga is the sense of anchoring an orientation or an intention or a purpose to why and how we're moving, which can really change the quality of the movement and how we approach the whole practice. And as you know, having kind of moved in a fairly committed way for most of my life now, I reckon when you engage that sense of a purpose, a reason, and also something that brings kind of dynamic qualities as well as guiding your choices, is really valuable to the project of moving. You know, just if you want to move better, it's valuable. And the thing that came up, because I've been thinking about it this week, but I think with the gym reopening, it might be somewhat topical. And that's like, I find myself so consistently now wishing I could, not wishing, but you know that thing of, if you could tell your younger self something, like I would so love to be able to tell myself embarking on my professional career as a ballet dancer that consistency trumps everything. That it's certainly like what you can do over time with consistent and persistent and careful effort trumps the heroic effort every time. And like, especially as a young guy, I was so about the heroic effort. Like one particular time early in my career, I worked from 8 a.m. in the morning till midnight. I took an hour off for lunch, but otherwise I was in the studio all day doing all that, like not just messing around, doing all the big jumps, working with partners, doing all the lifts. I did that for a 2-week period until it was leading up to a particular show, and then crashed. And I was all about that. I was always about the heroic effort because it felt like I was really doing something. But it often led to injury. It often led to like a stint of the heroic effort and then a stint of just barely dragging myself out of bed and getting on with things. And now I've realized, as boring as it sounds, like if I can get up and I can go for an hour walk, that's really valuable. That kind of means something to the endeavor of my training in a given day. If you'd have told me 10 years ago that I would consider going for a walk a serious part of keeping myself moving, I would have laughed in your face. And so in the, like, both in the broader scheme of things, that sense of showing up every day, figure out how to show up every day, and also make the choices that let you keep showing up. So again, like, it might be that you could RX the workout, you could pack that bit of extra weight on for your clean or your snatch, which you know is maybe reaching a little, especially after all the time in lockdown, and you can end up just a bit niggly, just a bit sore, or maybe even outright injured the next day. And that puts you out of action for 2 weeks. So better to scale just a bit, better to kind of enhance your ability to stay in the game and stay in the game. Keep the consistent and persistent effort. So in terms of your practice this morning, how that looks, it's the simple things like, in viewing it as a kind of a meditative practice as such, just like, don't let go of all those ideas we so often get of still your mind, and simply be in the endeavor of, can you stay present? Can you stay attentive to the sensations of your body, to the flow and the sensations of your breath? And if your mind wanders, that's totally okay. And that's just part of the game. Simply bring it back time and time and time again. And that practice, you'll find, as you do it over the course of your yoga practice, you'll find in life, you start to become aware of, like, how am I feeling? How's my breath flowing? You might be working and in that stressful moment, and you realize all of a sudden, hey, I'm not breathing as fully as I could. Maybe I'll do that, and that'll help. So do that. Also, in terms of like, don't feel like you have to get your leg behind your head this morning. Side note, I don't think getting your leg behind your head is ever that useful. But, you know, if we're working into a stretch, don't feel like you have to be all the way in right away. Simply come to, we talk about the edge in yoga, which is basically, if we're talking about a stretch, as you're going into the stretch, you hit that point where it starts to feel, you feel the muscles start to tighten, it starts to feel uncomfortable. That's the edge. And you can, once you hit that edge of discomfort in a shape, you've got choices. You can back off it, you can stay right at that edge you found, or you can push beyond the edge. And that the heroic effort is always pushing beyond the edge, which so often leads to injury. And in terms of stretching, I've talked about this before, when you really push, there are mechanisms in your body that will fight back, that will fight that muscle lengthening more than it's used to. So in very practical terms, the harder you push at the stretch, often the less you get from it, and the more rebound you get after the practice. So the consistent and persistent effort is look for that sense of the edge. Simply breathe there. See, like, maybe as you remain there and breathe a little deeper, maybe an out breath yields you a bit deeper into the shape, or maybe you just find yourself a bit more at home where you're at. So look for that. Just let yourself be with this practice in terms of, okay, maybe this is just one session in 1,000 that gets me to where I'd like to be, or where I feel I should be, and just breathe yourself through that process. Please come to child's pose. So bring your big toes together. Take your knees wide apart, depends entirely on you, but outside of hip width apart. And walk your hands out in front of you and rest your forehead to the ground. If the weight of your hips quite easily sinks down into your heels with little other effort, that's cool. But I find, and imagine some of you will find, you need to use your arms to help give weight to your hips. You can press down and forward. But also, bear in mind, having your hips on your heels is not better or worse than anything else. Here, start to both become very attentive to your breath. Notice how your breath flows, where your breath goes to within your torso. So as you breathe in, does it fill mainly into your chest? Does it fill mainly into your lower ribs, or does it fill deep down into your belly? I'd encourage you to aim for that last. Aim that as you breathe in, your breath fills deep down into the spaces of your belly. And think of that filling of your in-breath down into your abdomen. Also think of it three-dimensionally or circumferentially, so that your breath fills into the back of your waist, out into the sides of your waist, as well as causing your belly to expand. As you're here for a few more breaths, also focus on your out breath. Start to make your out breath a little more even. Begin to match its length to that of the in breath that preceded it. And also look for the quality of the out breath. So you've got this sense of releasing your out breath out. So with that, Can you look for the sense of softening or allowing your body to release? And it might be really simple. It might be one or two muscles. Maybe it's the muscles of your jaw that soften as you breathe out. Maybe it's the muscles through the side of your neck. From here, take a breath in, come to your fingertips and lift your head and shoulders up a little. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Walk your left fingertips away on the diagonal more so you find a stretch down the left side of your body. Then release your forehead to the ground. Anchor your left sitting bone back. Almost reach back through your left sitting bone so you lengthen that left side of your body. From there, walk your hands back in slightly. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. And exhale, walk across to the other side, across to the left. Again, creep your right fingertips further away on the diagonal so you really reach through your right side. And release your forehead to the ground. Good, as before, you're reaching through your right arm. But at the same time, anchor your right sitting bone back towards your heel. So you're lengthening that entire right side of your waist. Great, bring your hands back towards you a little. Lift up slightly and walk back to center. And walk your hands into sit up. Grab your cushion. Sit on it. And give your legs, because you've been there with bent legs for a while, give your legs a good stretch. Flex your feet, draw the tops of your feet back towards your shins and reach away through your heels. Firm your quads, lift your kneecaps toward your hips. Here, reach both arms up. And bend your legs in, cross your legs. Bring your palms together at the center of your chest. And take a deep breath in. Breathe out evenly. Breathe in deeply, down into the spaces of your abdomen. Breathe out evenly. And again, can you soften something? Maybe your upper traps across the tops of your shoulders. Breathe out here. Interlace your fingers and bring your knuckles up under your chin. Inhale, raise your elbows up high. Exhale, press your arms away in front of you, scoot back through your abdomen. Inhale, sit tall, reach up through the heels of your hands. Exhale, release your hands, take them around behind you and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, stretch your elbows away. Exhale, release your hands, bring them around in front of you, interlace your fingers. Knuckles under chin. Inhale, raise your elbows high. Exhale, press away in front of you. Use the out breath to scoot back through your belly. Inhale, sit tall, reach through the heels of your hands. Exhale, release your hands, clasp them at the base of your back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, stretch your arms away. Exhale, clasp in front of you. One more cycle. Inhale, raise your elbows high. Exhale, press away. Inhale, sit tall and reach. Exhale, clasp at the base of your back. Roll back and down. Inhale. Pause here. Now you might stay here. Otherwise, lean back a little and lightly take your knuckles to the ground behind you. Keep taking your shoulders back and down. And think of lifting the center of your chest to the ceiling above your head. You keep your head relatively neutral. If anything, look down your nose so your neck can stay fairly soft. Now from here, release your hands. Plant your palms on the ground behind you with your fingertips pointing forward. Push into the ground. Draw your shoulders back. And again, think of lifting the center of your chest through. As before, keep your neck fairly neutral. And walk your hands in and take a gentle forward fold. Breathe deeply and evenly here and focus on your in-breath filling into your back, especially your lower and mid-back. Walk your hands in and sit tall. Again, with your fingertips pointing forward, lean back and plant your hands slightly behind you. This time unravel your legs. Plant your feet center of hip width apart. Lift your hips up. Keep looking forward. Again, look down your nose. Keep your neck fairly neutral. And look for that same emphasis of your shoulders drawing back and the center of your chest lifting up. So you're looking both for the engagement across your upper back and across your shoulder blades, but also with that create stretch across your chest. Release down. Either come to sit again, or you might like to kneel if kneeling is comfortable for you. Grab your belt, towel, broom handle, or rubber band and go wide first. Whatever you've got, actively pull out on it and do some dislocations. So sweep your arms up overhead and down behind you. Go as wide as you need for this. As you inhale, bring your arms up, keep pulling away. And as you exhale, come down. Do a few of these for yourself. Inhale, come up, keep pulling out. Exhale, come down. And again, inhale up. Exhale, down. One more, try and minimize rib flare. So inhale up, look to isolate your shoulders. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Get rid of your doodad. They're just the thing that you hate to do, but you're glad you did, I think. Come to down dog. And as always, as you first come to down dog, let your heels lift as much as you need and your knees bend as much as you need. That you can really start to open out through your armpits. You can create the sense that you've got a long line between your wrists or between your hands on the ground and your sitting bones. And really focus on lengthening down, elongating. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Slide your hands to the tops of your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Again, keep a bend in your knees. Exhale, soften it. Slide your hands up. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Once more. Inhale, slide your hands up and lengthen. And exhale, fold in. Hold your hands with your, hold your elbows with your opposite hand. Let your head hang heavy. So here, maybe ever so gently with each hand, pull down on the opposite elbow. So you have the sense of creating a little more length down the sides of your back. Good. Give your head a couple of shakes from side to side, like you're shaking your head no. And aim to soften the muscles through the sides of your neck. Take a breath in. And exhale, release your hands to your mat. Halfway lift, slide your hands up your shins, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift 2 heels high. Exhale, seal your right heel to the ground and bend your left knee. Inhale, lift 2 heels high. Exhale, drop left heel deep, bend your right knee. Alternate a couple times more. Inhale, lift 2 heels high. Exhale, sink your right heel and let your left knee bend. Inhale, lift 2 heels. Exhale, sink your left heel to the ground, bend your right knee. And inhale, lift 2 heels high. And exhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, slide your hands up, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. And exhale, release your arms down beside you. Grab your belt, towel or strap. And again, set up for some dislocations. Once you're all set, pull out on your whatever you've got. Inhale to sweep your arms out overhead. And exhale down behind you. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, come down. You might feel this start to open out. You can take your hands narrower then. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. This time, take your feet wider. Keep your arms out overhead. Take a deep breath in. Press through 2 feet. And exhale, stretch up and over. So bend to your right. Keep pressing down through your feet and lengthening up through your spine. And with your right hand, pull to increase the stretch down through the left side of your body. You can either continue to look forward, you can look down past your right hand, or you can look up past your left arm. Inhale, come up. And exhale, drop your hands down in front of you. Again. Inhale, take your arms out overhead. Exhale, take them down behind you. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down in front of you. Start the dislocation again. Inhale, arms out overhead. Keep pulling out. Exhale, arms smoothly down behind you. Exhale, take your arms up. Push down through your feet and exhale, side bend to your left. Again, use your underneath hand to pull down to increase the stretch on the top side of your body. Keep your legs active, keep pushing down into the ground to lengthen your spine up. And inhale, come up. Drop your strap, drop your arms down beside you. Bring your feet narrower to center of hip width apart. Inhale, raise your arms up, look up. Exhale, folding, take your hands to the ground. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch away. Maybe don't take your hands as high this time. Exhale, take your hands to the ground, step your left foot back and drop your knee to the ground, low lunge. Inhale, come up, raise your arms up. Exhale, sink a little deeper into the lunge if it's there. Take 2.5 breaths here, breathe in deeply. Breathe out evenly. So maybe if you find the space, sink deeper. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out evenly. Excuse me. Good. Breathe in deeply. Down dog, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Take a deep breath in. A long breath out. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Drop your right knee to the ground. Low lunge, second side. Rise up and raise 2 arms. As you exhale, sink a little deeper into the lunge. Again, bring your attention to your breath. Maybe you're letting your breath guide you a little deeper into the shape. Maybe you're simply using the breath to aim to feel more at home, to create more space where you're at in the shape. Take a last deep breath in. And exhale, take your hands to the ground, step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Rise up. Inhale, raise your arms up. Look up. Exhale, release your arms down beside you. Inhale, raise your arms up. Look up. Exhale, folding. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the ground, step your left foot back, crescent lunge this time. Inhale, rise up, raise your arms up. And exhale, bend your back knee about halfway to the ground. Lift your lower belly, create more length through your lower back. Now keeping the depth of your front knee bend and the positioning of your lower back and pelvis. Inhale, press your back leg straighter. And exhale, drop, bend your back knee. Again, inhale, tease your back leg straighter. Exhale, bend your back knee. Keep the depth of the lunge. Once more, inhale, straight. This time, remain here. Exhale, really work your back leg straight and strong. Inhale. Down dog, plant your hands, step your right foot back. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Step your left foot forward. Exhale. Inhale, rise up and raise 2 arms. As before, bend your back knee about halfway to the ground. Lift your lower belly. Lengthen down through your lower back. aim to create a relatively neutral lower back and pelvis. And keeping the depth of your front knee bend. Inhale, work your back leg straighter. Good. Exhale, bend your back knee halfway to the ground. Again, keeping the depth of the lunge. Inhale, work your back knee straighter. Exhale, bend halfway. Press down through the base of your little toe on your back foot. Keep that. Inhale, straighten your back knee. Pause here for a breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the ground. Step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Rise up. Inhale, raise your arms up. Look up. Exhale, release your arms down beside you. Start the same. Inhale, raise your arms up. Look up. Exhale, fold in. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands down. Step your left foot back to crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up and raise two arms. And exhale, release your arms down. Clasp your hands at the base of your back. Roll your shoulders back and down. And stretch your arms away a little. Inhale, strengthen your back leg. And keeping your back leg strong, bow in. And press your arms away overhead. Keep pressing the heels of your hands together. Good. Really keep anchoring down through your back foot. Again, press down through the base of your little toe. So through the outer edge of that back foot. Great. Take a breath in. And exhale, release your left fingertips to the ground on the inside of your front foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, rotate open to the right. Raise your right arm. Move with that. Inhale, bring your arm down. Your right fingertips touch your left fingertips. And exhale, spin open. So inhale, come out of the twist. With your right fingertips, touch your left fingertips. And exhale, spin open. Do that once more. Inhale, untwist. With right fingertips, touch left fingertips. Exhale, spin open. This time, stay in the twist. Breathe in, strengthen your back leg. Good, and exhale, can you rotate into the twist more through your rib cage? Again, breathe in. Keep breathing, toe. Exhale, spin open a little more. Good, inhale. Bring your hands to the ground, release your back knee to the ground. Low lunge, rise up and raise two arms. And exhale, sink a little deeper into the lunge. Breathe in and lengthen up. And as you exhale, side bend to the right, taking either right forearm to upper right thigh, or right fingertips to the ground beside your hip. As you work into the side bend, keep pressing down through your back foot. That wasn't helpful. Really focus on your breath. Use your next in-breath to come up and raise both arms. Down dog, plant your hands and step your right foot back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Breathe in deeply. Now exhale, step your left foot between your hands, crescent lunge. Rise up and raise both arms. And clasp your hands at the base of your back as before. Roll your shoulders back and down, strengthen your back leg. And bow in. And as you do, press the heels of your hands together. And press your arms up toward the ceiling. Even if you're literally there, making your arms a little lighter on your back, that's good. Keep strength down through your back foot to support the shape. Good. Take another breath here. And exhale, release your right fingertips to the ground inside your left foot. Lengthen your spine forward. As you exhale, twist open to the left. Lift your left arm and look up along it. Good. Inhale, untwist with left fingertips. Touch right fingertips. Exhale, spin open, reach up. Inhale, untwist. Keep the strength of your back leg. There. Exhale, twist open again, keeping the strength of your back leg. That's the ticket. Now stay here. Take 3 breaths. And almost feel as if you continue to twist open a little deeper on each exhalation. Good. Release that. Bring your hands down, sink your back knee down. Low lunge, rise up and raise 2 arms. And exhale, lunge a little deeper. Breathe in and lengthen up through your entire spine. And exhale, side bend to your left, either taking left forearm to upper left thigh or left fingertips to the ground beside you. Great. Notice that side bend will make you a bit lighter in your back foot. Keep actively pressing down through your back foot. You might also find a little depth of your hips forward, like sink a bit deeper into the lunge. And there, reach all the way to your left fingertips. So you're really finding the stretch down through that's right fingertips for you. So you're really finding the stretch down the right side of your body. And inhale, come up and raise both arms. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Great, take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, step your right foot between your hands, crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up and raise both arms. And exhale, spin your back heel to the ground, turn your front foot in. Come to a wide-legged forward fold pose. Bring your 2 feet parallel with one another. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold in and take your fingertips to the ground. Here, take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine away. And exhale, fold in. Plant your hands flat and take them back a little more between your legs. Good. Keep your legs active. Keep pressing your feet firm into the ground. Great. Yeah, so to alter the access into the pose, you can take your feet wider. Take a couple deeper breaths. Now from here, inhale to take a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your left shin to the ground, parallel with the short edges of your mat. So, like so. And plant your left hand beside your left knee. Reach your right arm away. Ever so slightly, think of pushing your hips forward. So you're opening out the fronts of your hips, lengthening through the front of your body. Really reach away through your right arm. Great. And breathe down that top side of your body, the side that's stretching. And you bring your arm a little deeper down beside your ear. Take a breath in. And exhale, bring your hands down, walk them forward toward your straight leg. Spin your back shin 90 degrees to tuck your toes. To step back to down dog. Take a couple of breaths. And take a deep breath in. And step your left foot between your hands. Exhale. Inhale, come up and raise both arms. As before, spin your back heel down. Spin your front foot parallel to your back foot. Come to a wide-legged forward fold stance. You may like to have your strap handy or towel. Fold in. Breathe in deeply to take a halfway lift. Then fold deep. From here, either clasp your hands at the base of your back, start to add a shoulder stretch, or use your strap. Lay it across your back with your palms facing down. Grab your strap. And begin to draw your arms overhead, like you did on the shoulder dislocations. If you've got the strap, keep pulling out on the strap. Good. Use your breath. Again, if you do nothing else, simply deepen your breath. Look for the sense that maybe one of your out breaths allows you to sink a little deeper into the pose. Release your hands to the ground. Lengthen your spine forward. I have to confess, I got lost. I think now you put your right shin down. Is it left? Yeah, Simo says left. So left shin down. Left hand to the ground outside your left shin. And stretch your right arm away. Now, if you know you did this side before, then do whichever side you haven't done. That's the ticket. Slightly press your hips forward there, so you lengthen out the fronts of your hips. Really reach away through that top arm. Look for the stretch down the top side of your body. Perhaps bring that upper arm of the top arm a little deeper toward your ear. Take a last deep breath in here. And find your way back to down dog. Bring your hands down. Walk them toward your straight leg. Swivel your back shin to tuck your toes to step back. Now here, if you're on a yoga mat, grab either side of your yoga mat with your palms facing in. Bend your knees a little. So this is the edges of my yoga mat. Grab them and try and stretch your yoga mat away from your feet. If you've got a strap, you could do a similar thing. So grab your strap, pull on your strap and push away. So you're deepening your upper arms toward the back of your head there, deepening your armpits toward your thighs. And take a last breath in here. Release your knees to your mat. Sit your hips over to one side and bring your legs around in front of you. Stretch your right leg out on the diagonal, perhaps 45 to 65 degrees. And bring your left heel in toward your left inner upper thigh. Take your right elbow to the ground inside your right thigh. Lengthen your spine. Feel like you lean back slightly and spin your torso open toward the ceiling. Bring your left hand between the tops of your shoulder blades. First, reach through your left elbow. From here, you can stretch your left arm out, reach to your fingertips. Start to breathe your way into this shape, especially focus on the sensations of the top side of your body. And on the breath, you'll notice as it stretches down through the top side of your body, likely you'll get less movement, less expansion there as you breathe in. Now, can you really breathe in down that left side of your body? Maybe as you breathe out, you can deepen your left upper arm across a little more, whether you're still bent arm or straight arm. Good. Inhale, come up. And change sides. Stretch your left leg out. Draw right heel toward right inner upper thigh. Then lean left. Take your left elbow to the inside of your thigh. Use that as an anchor to lean back a little, to spin your torso open toward the ceiling. Bring your right hand between the tops of your shoulder blades. Again, first reach through your elbow. Think of hugging your upper arm across toward the midline of your body and maybe stretch the arm out, whatever provides a better shape for you. And again, breathe deeply, breathe fully. Think of that upper arm, deepen it in two planes. One, toward the back of your body. Two, across toward the center line of your body, toward the center of your head. That's it. And again, breathe deeply and breathe fully. Look to more fully expand your in-breath down the right side of your body. And you might feel how that increases or deepens the sensations of the stretch. And as you breathe out, maybe you can find a little more softness, a little more space there. Good. Inhale, come up. And come to this shape that we took at the beginning of the practice. Lean back a little and with your fingertips pointing forward, plant your hands, plant your feet, press your hips up. Keep looking down toward your knees. And again, draw your shoulders back. Aim to lift the center of your chest higher than the level of your shoulders. So it's a lot, pretty much a rear support hold, like in gymnastics. Drive back more, find more tone across your upper back. Lift the center of your chest more. Good, last breath here, inhale. And exhale, sweep your hips down and back. Bring your legs around behind you and lie on your front. Take a chest stretch. And take your right arm out beside you at a right angle. Elbow level with shoulder. Forearm at a right angle to your upper arm. Plant your left hand beside your left chest and bring your 2 feet together. Then push with your left hand to roll onto your right side. So, let your head rest on the ground. Stack your left leg on top of right. Some of you will also find you can bend your left knee, turn out your left leg so that your knee points up toward the ceiling and rest your foot on the ground behind your underneath leg. So, if you're not sure, looks like that. Like all of these things, that might give you a better experience in the shape. It might also feel like dog shit, and if it feels like that, then leave it. So again, rest your head on the ground, Lucas. That's the ticket, and just focus on the stretch that's happening through your right chest. And release that. Roll onto your front, and take the second side. And take your left arm to right angles, elbow level with shoulder, forearm at right angles. With your right hand beside your chest, press. Roll onto your left side to find the shoulder stretch. Again, you can either keep your right leg stacked on top of your left. You could also turn out your right leg, take your foot to the ground on the outside of your left leg with your knee pointing up toward the ceiling. If that enhances the experience of the pose, great. If it doesn't feel like it enhances it, then don't worry about it. And again, breathe deeply, fully and evenly. Right, roll back to center. And roll onto your back. Bend your knees in and set up a bridge pose. At first, keeping your upper arms on the ground, bend your elbows to right angles so your fingertips point up toward the ceiling. That's it. Pull your elbows back into the ground. Then, in the same way, pull the tops of your upper arm bones back into the ground. Press your hips up into a bridge. And keep that same pull of elbows back into the ground and of shoulders back into the ground. So you feel you're broadening across your chest. From here, you can stretch out your arms, clasp your hands, and kind of walk your upper arms, walk your shoulders a little deeper in underneath you. Absolutely, as Simo's doing, you can use your strap as you did in the previous similar shapes to this that we've done. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower down. Take a couple of breaths here. And release the clasp of your hands. And hug your legs into you. Wrap your arms around your shins and draw in tight. And release your feet to the ground. Shift your hips slightly to the right of your mat. Spread your arms wide at shoulder height and breathe in deeply. And exhale, let your knees fall left and turn your head to the right. As always in these twists, you can use your left hand, put your left hand on your outer right thigh and gently press down, add some weight to your legs. And that gives you more passive twist. Keep some active twist as well. So keep spinning your rib cage back to the right, as if you're aiming to bring more of the back of your right rib cage down to the ground. Inhale to come back to center. And set up the second side. Shift your hips slightly to the left of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Let your knees fall right and turn your head left. Again, you might use your right arm to add some weight to your top leg. Again, that gives you the passive element of the twist. Also keep the active element. You're actively spinning back across your rib cage to the left. Aiming with that rotation of your torso to bring more of the back of the left side of your ribs, more of the back of your left shoulder blade to the ground. With your next full in-breath, come back to center. And release to Shavasana. Center your hips on your mat. Stretch your legs away. Your palms facing up toward the ceiling. Let your arms rest down beside you. As you settle in here, do a body scan. Starting with your awareness at the top of your head. Slowly scan your awareness down through your body, down across the top of your scalp. Over your face, down through the back of your neck, and kind of progressively on down through your entire body. And as you scan, simply let yourself be aware of the sensations of your body as you scan down through it. Also, if you notice any particular areas of tension, where you're holding your muscles still and don't need to do so, you might look to soften those. If those muscles or areas don't relatively immediately soften, don't worry about it too much. Keep scanning on down. Those things might be a project for another day. And when you're finished with that body scan, you scanned all the way down to the tips of your toes, simply let your awareness come to encompass the whole of you. To simply notice how this moment feels, how the whole of your body feels, how your breath feels. You might find, as you give yourself the time here, that your body finds more softness, finds more relaxation into this moment. Simply allow that process. Softly allow your breath to deepen. Let each in-breath flow more fully down into the spaces of your abdomen. When you're ready to roll to one side and curl into a ball, and then please press your way up and take a seat. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here this morning. I'll unmute you. I thought I did. Pleasure, Tess. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Nice.
He didn't die this time.
There's a point there I nearly died. Tony and I nearly died.
I saw that. You guys love the lunge poses.
Yeah, I was looking at. We were looking at.
So hard.
Present lunch.
Like,
Eh?
I'm really starting to enjoy yoga.
Yeah.
I never used to like it. I used to hate it because I was bad at it. But now I look at it as just something new that I can improve on, and it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
It's just like anything, I think. It's just a bunch of different sensations to what you're used to. Like you used to, I might stop the recording. You're used to training in a particular way.